Hey fitness fans, Andre Brick Sinclair here at Paul Dillette's World Body Fitness Federation in Toronto, Canada, and this is the World Championship. Now speaking of World Champions, I do have WBFF Pro. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Kristen Cisak and I'm a WBFF Pro figure competitor. I won my pro card last year at the BC show, so this is my second showing at the Worlds this year.
Second showing? So you trying to become a two-time champ or?
I got 5th place last year, so I accomplished my goal of top 5. So this year, we'll see what comes up, see if I can do a little bit better.
Okay. What changes have you made from last year when you got into the top 5 to this year as you decide to step back onto the world stage? What changes?
Well, I definitely put on a bit of muscle in the off-season, which is always a goal of mine, and I kept my off-season cleaner, maintained a leaner shape off-season, and started 16 weeks out really intensely this year as opposed to 12 weeks out that I normally would.
Okay. Do you feel as though starting out 4 additional weeks ahead of time and using that for more prep, do you think that can be a help or a hindrance?
I believe in my case it was a help because last year we did see that I could have come in a little bit leaner if we had a little bit more time, and there wasn't really a lot more leeway as far as diet and training went to cut down. But it can be a hindrance for me personally just because it is such an extensive period of time that you mentally, it wears you down, and after a while it's hard to keep up with it for sure.
With prep time possibly having the ability to wear you down mentally, how do you then keep your head and keep your heart into the sport and just motivate yourself to keep going?
Well, I have a really great support network. My parents are always there anytime I need anyone. They're here at the show to watch me, so they're always there to support me. I have a phenomenal training partner, and he's there every single day pushing me in the gym, which is awesome on days that I don't want to be there at all. And basically I have a really good bunch of friends who understand what I'm doing and have literally come to do cardio as a hangout as opposed to going out for dinner, and just really there to be motivating and support everything that I do as far as the sport goes. Without them, I'd be nothing for sure.
Having a strong support system is so important. It's very necessary. But what is it about competing that just makes you want to do it no matter what?
I just think that it takes such determination and motivation to compete, and that everything that you do for that amount of time to whittle down to this one accomplishment on stage just to see what you can do to your body and the sacrifices that you make to look like this is just, it feels so good to get on stage and be like, I can do this with myself. And I know a lot of people cannot do that, and it's good for even me to motivate my friends and my clients and stuff like that to be that you can do this too, you know. So it's good to be a role model for people, and it's good just as a life goal, you know, something else to keep you pushing on and make those gym hours worthwhile.
Let me ask you, it's not really a trick question, but it's more of a, let me see where your head is at question. You mentioned that you can motivate your friends, and it's good to be a role model to others. Do you see yourself personally as more of an inspiration or more of a role model?
I would like to say more of a role model, because a lot of my friends don't necessarily want to compete and don't want to become what I am, but they definitely see the work and the effort that I put in, not only to competing but to life in general, and see that it is possible and that, you know, they can accomplish their goals because I'm somebody who's motivated working hard in my life. So I think I'd be more of a role model just, you know, to help them achieve what they want to achieve, not necessarily what I'm achieving.
I like that answer. Okay, one other question. Actually, I'm going to have 2 more questions for you, okay? So one other question is this right here. How much would it mean to you later on that stage, you're standing with you, it's coming down to you and another competitor, and I'm announcing the potential winner of the World Championships in Toronto, Canada, and your name is called?
I think that would be just an absolutely surreal experience. I can't imagine what it would be like, but it would be, you know, kind of that final payoff. It would be the ultimate payoff, I think, for sure.
Okay, now, are you ready to promote the WBFF, to take this organization globally, strap it onto their back should you win that world title?
Oh, of course. I love WBFF, and the reason I compete with them is because they are such a welcoming organization, and they put real faces to their pros and actually support their pros, and I would love to be able to give back to an organization that has done so much for so many competitors already.
Okay, now I think you just briefly touched on the answer to my next question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, only because I think it's very pertinent. And I think that the fans that are out there that are watching this, when they see and they hear your response to this, you may change somebody's life out there. So my question to you is simply this. What is it about the WBFF that made you decide this is where I want to stay, this is where I want to compete, and this is home?
I just find that you are somebody with WBFF. With other organizations, you're just lost in a sea of every other competitor. They don't care if you're there or if you're not there, and there's no real promotion, no real anything. You know, if you want to step on their stage, great. If not, they don't care. And I just find with WBFF that I came here and I started competing with this organization, and they welcomed me right in. Paul came and introduced himself, and we chatted. And just that anytime I have a question or need somebody to talk to, they're there. Also, the fellow competitors are really supportive. There's a lot of us from Winnipeg that come out here together, and so we hang out in Winnipeg, and we hang out with other pros, and I talk to other WBFF pros all year long, and we motivate each other, and it's just been super supportive, where I wasn't really getting anything out of the other organization in that way. So because it is so welcoming, I feel at home here, I'll stay. So that's basically it.
I do like that. Now, so I would like to wish you congratulations. I would like to say good luck.
Thank you.
However way you place, but I'm sure you'll do just fine. So thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Andre Brick St. Clair on behalf of the WBFF World Championships in Toronto, Canada. Thank you.